Warning, the following video is not intended to be taken seriously. If you have a stick up your asshole, or just in general, a bitch, go ahead and turn off the video, thanks, good night.
Last time we talked about deathcore and all the slow, groovy deathy breakdown core, but you guys clearly voiced your request for something a little bit more technical. So we teased today's song in our last video, Guess That Band, and asked you guys for your guesses on who we were doing. So let's all go see your collective detective in work. Yeah, okay, Panic at the Disco. Okay, shit, wrong. Okay, Michael Bublé. Alright, okay, Britney Spears. Alright, okay, fuck you, Andrew. Taco Bell! Okay, Canada. Home to basically all the most insane high-speed death metal bands in existence, presumably due to all the free healthcare doing so well that they can afford fucking steroids in their water, whereas we Americans just get tin and lead. Today's specific case of Canada's favorite technical death metal band, Fartlighter. What is an Archspire anyway? Well, maybe it's just a scrambled word version of Archspire, as a loving nod to their favorite show on Netflix, which holy fuck, dude, it's Disney bought Fox. Everything Fox owns, including effects. Archer's a Disney Channel now. Archer's a Disney character now. Could you imagine being like a kid in the old Disney Channel bumps that in between commercials, they'd be all like...
We'll be right back to the show on Disney Channel. And now, back to the show on Disney Channel. Yeah.
But how does one specifically write music like Archspire? With music that's described as insanely more complex than the plot of a Saw movie, with Saw 4 taking place during Saw 3, during Saw 2, but you don't know until the end of Saw 1. Maybe the Arch represents the lower 90% of lowly, underdeveloped listeners that can only understand music made by this Disney Channel asshat. While the Spire on top represents the upper echelon elite, who spend their days eating the finest wines and listening to the music so complex that you need at least an IQ of like 350 IQ BPM. No, I'm just kidding. This can't be yet another story of talented musicians who play actually kind of fast but have an ego and are seen removing their human suits to reveal to be actually giant walking alien assholes that live among us.
About 10% of every genre is really good and 90% is kind of garbage.
Ooh, yeah, boy. I don't detect a trace of pretentious self-idolization from this guy at all. Nope, not at all, Definitely doesn't suck his own dick.
I would listen to fucking Dolly Parton over Most Tech Death because I just think that's just better music. Sorry for saying that, but...
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living,
You know, stereotypically, it's the forever soloing lead guitarist who's all wheelie 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 that turns out to be the self-aggrandizing airhead who seemingly can inflate his own ego with a talent like a bike pump. Just plugs his talent right into his head and just starts pumping away. That starts shit-talking everyone else around him for like no reason other than, yeah, whatever, check out this sick minor triad arpeggio, bitch, yeah, suck on that, I'll be in my trailer. Not to name any names, just trust me on this one, I'm a lead guitarist. But no, not today. For as it seems as if our philosophically destined chosen one to have come down with a severe case of Yngwie Malmsteen syndrome is actually instead the vocalist, John Oliver Aleron. This member seemed to be the leaking spout of drama required to keep this band relevant in today's headlines in a clickbait-inspired age. Who the fuck is messaging your Facebook? Firstly, we had the 2015 Paris shooting jokes, which, really, if you're gonna make a joke at dead people's expense literally like hours after it happened, maybe aim for something better than a shitty dad pun. You get what I did that? I say aim. Did I order some shots? Come on, man. You're a lyricist. You could do better than that. Or at least, like, you know, at least follow Papa Frankie's business model and capitalize on the tragedy for profit. Like saying, I don't know, I hear women and children are a precious gift of life. Why not turn the profit from depicting them as an NFL player's girlfriend? Or maybe like a field of dead stormtroopers in a new Star Wars movie. Wouldn't that be fucking hilarious? Ollie, Amir, Attila. It's so sad, the point that these guys have all proven, which is that it's purely based on the click. Just saying/doing any crazy stupid shit is always a free win. Except for maybe getting rich. Next, we have the epic fan service crossover episode where Ollie Oil wants to fight Tim Lambesis. He does this by publicly begging for money, though funny enough, it significantly raised less money than the actual guy's book that he wrote in prison called How to Whack Your Wife If Your Wife Won't Whack You Back. And finally, we have the recently most popped up crowdfunding campaign to get singing lessons for the faceless Michael Keane. So wait, a vocalist A, who sounds like this, is trying to find singing lessons for vocalist B, who sounds like this.
For the black mass.
What? That's like the pizza delivery guy trying to tell the plumber how to deal with his backed up pile of feces. Excuse me, Mr. Pizza Shit. I would expect you to have zero knowledge on the subject of moving feces, unless your pizza being delivered was from Domino's. Newsflash, no one asked you, pizza delivery guy. Now go back to fucking the single mom. I'll join in once I'm done. Actually, since I'm the faceless in this analogy, I won't be able to make it. Blame my manager. Irrelevant joking aside, I'm pretty sure Mr. Green Olives is just bored with the music scene, devoid of anyone shitting on themselves after Dillinger called it quits. I personally am hopeful that he continues to just carry on the torch of pissing off anyone with an ounce of common decency, seeing as it worked for some people quite nicely. Trump joke, ha ha ha, kill myself. And since, I can already hear the incessant typing of trolls misinterpreting what we do here, I'm gonna make this crystal clear right now. We love this music. We love what these guys do. The only reason we give any band the time and effort to researching their entire fucking lives to do this is because these guys have talent. The only reason Ollie even has an inflated ego is because his sacuous alien lugs can inhale extra oxygen and proficiently circulate all the hot air straight into his head and out of his mouth. Well, I mean, that kind of explains like every vocalist in history now, doesn't it? The results are what he calls Tech 9 over death metal, which also itself is probably a symbolic statement to Oliver's need to blurt out "Stay Tech" 9 times to the crowd every time he's ever played, every show he's ever played times 9.
Stay tech! Stay tech!
Stay Tech! Stay Tech! A very marketable way to capitalize on their speed and technicality at their instrumental prowess in a world filled with rich, talentless oopsie babies who bring about as much innovation to the musical world as herpes does to porn! Alright, now that the loud drama starting member of the band is out of the way, let's discuss the other members of the band who actually make the music. Toby and Dean have basically put every guitar technique possible into what people most simply list as guitar porn, instrumenting, finger fuckery. Got your fast chugs, we got your slow chugs. Hey, step right up, we got your full-fingered right-hand taps over here. We got your sweeps, we got your harmonized sweep taps, we got your string skip and harmonized taps.
It is definitely the grossest, most ridiculously awesome techniques you can do on the goddamn Git Fiddle. Yeah, this is like definitely the reason why you requested this video, you sick guitar porn pervert freaks. Getting your own fingers all going up and down, pleasing the ears like a woman's clitoral. Yeah, that's what this music is. Accompanying the pair of throbbing 27-inch thick guitars is the drummer that also does a few movie soundtracks in Hollywood, most notably every war film ever made. Let me ask you, you ever heard of this tiny, you ever heard of the locust plague swarm of Jesus? My drummer and I have nicknamed a couple signature moves from Mr. Cymbal Dispenser Pruitt, and those things are switch blasting, number 1, which is where you switch blast, back and forth blast between your switch blast and your switch it, and number 2, raining cymbals down. Cymbal. So make sure to keep all that in mind if you care about making an informed decision next time you purchase an LMG to play drums for you. While breakdowns can be a hoot-what with the tornado of inebriated neckbeard ninjas and all, sometimes you just want to play as fast as you can. Like, since the dawn of man, humans have always developed extreme versions of everything. Volcano boarding, extreme pants ironing, extreme metal music. And now that you know just about everything about Archspire that you can stomach in one sitting, we can begin the step-by-step breakdown of their tips and tricks in order to get your very own Stay Tech inspired song. Step 1! We're gonna set the basis of the song, let's say 350 BPM, slam out some octave chords and slide it around this little scale. I picked like G harmonic, sharp major, flat fifth, or whatever. Step 2, we're gonna drop the beat down to like, I don't know, 200 BPM, make it all chuggy and rhythmic-y, but then sprinkle in some crazy diminished sweep taps for Archspire, Stay Tech. Step 3, we're gonna bump it back up to somewhere in the middle, maybe like 300 BPM-ish. We're gonna like double all the notes, so it's all steadily climbing up this scale, and it's all nice. Step 4, do cocaine. Step 4, and a half, cocaine solo. Step 5, we're going to take our previous chugs, and we're going to take the sweeps, and we're going to combine them into a chuggy sweep variation of chugs and sweeps. Step 6, we're going to play like the super drop slowest chuggy parts ever, but only one guy in the band has 8 strings, so you got to make him play it. So I'm going to pan the guitars for the 8 string symbolicness to represent the relevance. Steps
7. Whammy drop down on the whammy bar that you totally have on your low note, brown note. And then you can do a bunch of fast right hand tapping with your left hand tapping. You can tap with on these frets. You can tap with this hand on these frets. And for step, finally, because we've been doing this video for like 1,800 days, can you just do steps like 2 through 4 again? You know, write songs that like repeat things with phrases so that you're musically inclined to be taken seriously as a music maker.
Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you sub and do the bell thing. Ooh, we got some shirts. Want to buy a shirt? Shirts look cool. You can wear them and be like, hey, look at me. I know about these guys. Other people be like, whoa, you know about those guys? Hey, and wouldn't you know, we've been working on a new album too. It's going to be out about March 30th. Yeah, that's going to have some How to Write Like songs on there. Are you ready for that? Did a little website thing, valvolution.com. Yeah, go ahead, check that out. Pre-order your CDs there. I want to thank Ernie Ball for the strings. You guys are awesome. Thanks to all Patreon people, all you guys like Angel and that guy and those other guys and this guy too and those guys who gave us money, and it really helps because we like to make stuff for you. Okay, well, enough of all that blabbing stuff. Let's get back to the Archspire song. Take all your spires and all your arches, stick them together, do them at like 4 times the speed you probably should do them, and I don't know, drink a Red Bull or something. Peter, do the thing. Brought to you by Disney, the most wholesome company to ever rule the world. Yes, fear your overlords, fear them, for they will brainwash you. Make your fucking cell phone annoy you about, type in here to rate this restaurant. Like, I just fucking ate here. I don't want to fucking tell you about it. Like, this isn't a goddamn interview just because I went somewhere to eat.